Hello everyone, this is Sammy. And I wanted to make a quick review of my S7 Edge. I was asleep all day. I don't know, let's not get into that. I should have done the video earlier. I mean, the lighting, I don't know if it's good or it's bad, pardon me. But yeah, so this is my S7 Edge. I have an A30 and I recently just got my S10, so I just wanted to make a quick review on my S7 Edge and how it's held up from the time I bought it, 2016, to now, 2019. Let's just boot it up right quick and we'll get back in the video in a minute. Here we are. Okay, so we're back in. It's been booted up. I don't know, my A30 isn't focusing as much as I expected to. I don't know if it's the lighting or there's just too much on my bed. I wish I cleaned that up too, but I really wanted to do a quick video. There we go. It's focused. I wanted to do a quick video because I know I don't have much time, and if it gets dark, the lighting will only get worse. So anyway, yeah, my quick review on the S7 Edge. I actually did a factory reset. I've removed everything and it's everything is on my S10. It's snappy. A pretty good device. It's held up on its own. And quick facts, I know you looking at it like, okay, it looks a little beat up. It looks a little beat up because, well, believe me you or not, this has been clean all the time I've had it. Until this year. I guess the S10 was just calling me, I guess, because this thing was just perfect. And no cracks, no dents. I don't know what people say or how they use their phones, but my phone has held up pretty well. No scratches, no dents, no nothing. So early this year, unfortunately for me, in fact, before I go any further, let me just say the one thing I hate the most about Samsung. Keep in mind, I'm a Samsung Knight. I love Samsung phones. But one thing that I've never heard anybody talk about, any YouTuber. By the way, this is like my first YouTube video. I've never done this, so bear with me with level of professionalism. I'm just learning out here, just getting the hang of it. Probably my next video when I'm doing the review for the A30 or the S10, the S10 Plus, I'll do a very much better job. But hey, let's get into this little bit of story. So what happened was, yeah, as I said, maybe the S10 was calling. This phone was perfect and I had nothing wrong with it. It held up on its end. People saying lag, Samsung phones lag. I have had a few issues here and there, but it's not like bad to a point where I say I hate the phone. I mean, it was great and it was my daily driver. I never had any other phone. This was just my daily driver all the time. I used it for everything, work, everything, phone calls, and it's held up on its own. Battery life, 3600 milliamp power battery, was good. I couldn't complain. It was alright. I used to have 2 charges in a day. That was alright for me and no complaints there. So yeah, I kind of dropped it once. I mean, not like it was the first time I dropped it. I've been dropping this beast for like ever. And it had no scratches, no nothing, until maybe a few months back when I was eating. I didn't even drop it at a long distance. It just fell and it had like a simple little line here. Like microscopic line. I'm a perfectionist. I didn't like that, but I had no money at the time and I was cool with it. I was just like, yeah, it's alright. And then yeah, sorry, I'm forgetting. I'm saying a lot of things at once and sometimes I'm even forgetting. But anyway, my point was I was supposed to talk about this. This is my biggest gripe about Samsung products. Even for a flagship. I don't know why Samsung makes these SIM trays so fragile. They're plastic. I have no idea why. Even my S10 has why? I don't know, Samsung, why? Because if anything, that's where everything went wrong for me, because I used to switch sometimes SIM cards. So sometime this year, I was trying to open it. I opened it actually. Opened it. And then when I was trying to put it back in, it cracked. It already like cracked. So it snapped. And then a few particles actually fell inside. And you can tell this is a different, what's this? This is a different tray. I had to buy a different tray. And not from an official Samsung person, obviously, just some guys selling. This is a different tray. You can tell that they've got different colors. But yeah, that doesn't matter. So after it broke, even when I bought the new tray, I couldn't put it in because some particles were inside. I don't know. We tried everything, tried to remove it to avoid opening the back and avoid breaking the seal. But hey, it came to that point where we just had to open it. So we opened it, removed the particles, and I put it back. And that was the beginning of the end for my phone, I guess. We opened it, so it broke the seal. Cool, great. I was aware of that, but I was happy to have my phone working again. I had put a new SIM tray, so it was working. But yeah, that's my biggest gripe. That's my biggest complaint. I don't like how fragile these SIM trays are. The phone is solid. This is a good phone. Like this Gorilla Glass on the S7 Edge, it held up on its own. 3 years. Keep in mind, 3 years, and I had to crack it just this year. It took a lot of beating. It's not like, and I never had rocked a case or a screen protector ever. Okay, I did rock a case, like the back cover, but the front never had like any case, and it was great. So kudos to the build and how they take care of that stuff. But this part, Samsung, please, 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 please. I don't know if maybe y'all who's watching, if you feel the same as well about it, but I don't feel it. I'm a Samsung fan. Huge fan, but not a fanboy to a point where if someone says anything negative about Samsung, then I'm like, oh, I hate you too, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna eat your children. Not that type of guy. I'll be like, it's cool. And besides, I just love tech in general, so I do get to look at other brands, what they're doing, like Apple. I've used Apple before, but it's still another story. I used an S5. I've used Apple to S5. Then I just decided Apple wasn't for me because it had its own fair share of restrictions and I didn't like that. So yeah, that's another story for another time. But here we're talking about this. I've been using Samsung ever since I stopped using the iPhone 5 and I've loved my experience. So this Samsung, please, we need something that's more durable for the covers, because there's sometimes we open, we close, we open, we close, we put in different types of shit, we're buying memory cards, so you find that it just might break, you know, like it did. So that was my gripe, that was my experience. But yeah, enough about that. After that, we went to Tiffany's. By the way, I'm in Zambia, Lusaka in particular, so I went to some place, Tiffany's, cool place. We ain't got no beaches here, so we had to go to that place. It's a water place, and we enjoyed. We had fun. I had a gut feeling something's gonna go wrong, and I knew it was gonna be on my phone. I should have kept it far, but I didn't. I kept on going, having fun, taking pictures, you know, just trying to enjoy life. Until, yeah, the boat capsized. It's a good thing I'm a good swimmer. I know how to swim. I'm not the best swimmer, but I'm alright. Yeah, so that's where the problem started. And that's where, again, I would give another props to, I don't know how iPhone or these other products would hold up, but mine, what happened when water went in, seal was broken. Remember that. So when water went in, because I went swimming, it went down, almost like it was going down. I had to go underwater to swim for it and grab it. Yeah, and then I fell again some other time later on. Like, it's a long story, but yeah. So it had water in it. The phone just turned off to protect itself. Like, literally, it turned off to protect itself. So respect to that. I would have not fixed this phone had I just kept it off, took it to somebody to fix it, to open it and have it dried. But nah, I used it. I mean, I kept it off. I was like, cool. I enjoyed the rest of the time. We went home about, what would be that, 10 p.m. And I got home and I looked at it. Curiosity started hitting me like, well, is my phone died? Because I kept on trying to turn it on and it wasn't going on. Trust me, it wasn't going on. So my curiosity just kept on hitting me, and I was impatient. I think I'm not a patient person sometimes. So yeah, I kept on trying. So I tried when I got home. I put it on the charger like 3 times. It wasn't showing any signs of life until boom, it showed sign of life. It started charging. So I was like, okay, so the display is not screwed. Yeah, curiosity kicked in, and I was like, oh, let me try to turn it on. And then when I turned it on, it booted up to a point where it reached the home screen. And it reached the home screen. That's when problems arose. That's when my phone snapped, and it was just flickering, colors shifting from blue, green, red, just like that. And I know, okay, I've just messed it up now. So I tried to turn it off, and it wasn't going off. And actually it had battery percentage of about 40%. So I left it just the whole night like that. Woke up in the morning, the battery was dead. And I kind of had a feeling like, okay, I think I made a big mistake and I screwed it up. So 3 days later, found some money, have it fixed, actually opened and dried and everything. It worked for a bit, but the fixer, the guy who was fixing it, who opened it, he actually told me, dude, since you're not changing the sorry about that. Since you're not changing the panel, you need to get like a new one. I mean, if you're not going to change the panel, this phone, you can only use it like for some time. So just retrieve the data, then sell it. And I was like, all right, cool, no problem. So he turned it on. I even did my password. It was fine. Then it's like, okay, so the panel is working and stuff like that. So let me close it. Now, when trying to close it, it acted out and it just never went on. Just kept on flickering, and I know that was the end. So that day, unfortunately, I was phoneless. I was sad. It was a rough time. So that was the time I was running through some stores. I think the second day I had some cash. Then I ran through the A30, Samsung A30, the one that I'm actually using to record this, the one with this display. I mean, yeah, the camera I'm using, because I'm using a phone. I'm not using no fancy camera. Yeah, I'm just using my A30. So I was in the store. I looked around in the store. I found an A30. I'm not a mid-range, budget range type of guy. It's either go hard or go home for me. But it had the fancy new punch hole display. It's got that. And I was like, you know what? Why not? It's got a punch hole display. I want to get a feel. Because keep in mind, my whole 3 years I was using this phone, so I was used to this display. I was used to this bezel and that bezel at the bottom and this clicky button. So I was like, you know what, let me try the A30, because it had a new feel to it. It had that 2019 feel, and I was expecting my S10 Plus to come. So I was like, okay, cool, let me get the A30, 6.4 inches. Let me get a feel for it. So I took it home, opened it. It's a 1080p. I didn't expect much, but surprisingly, when I turned the A30 on, I was like, wow, this is a good display. It's 1080p plus, and I didn't expect the resolution or PPI or whatever. It hit my eyes like, this is a gorgeous display, and you just kind of realize like Samsung is king on this. I see why they are respected. I mean, I love Samsung. I mean, everybody who knows Samsung and respects Samsung know what they do with their display. So it was like amazing to me. I'm like, all right, couldn't get much better than this. And keep in mind, the S10 is like a quad HD. The S10 Plus, it's a quad HD with I need to check again the PPI. I'm sorry, I've forgotten. So yeah, I didn't expect that much of a leap when I looked at the display, but when I also turned on my S10, when I just got it, I didn't even have to put them side by side. I was just putting in the settings, and it was just like, whoa. I know it's got HDR plus 10, but I don't know. It is an amazing display. It blew this 1080p Super AMOLED display. It's expected, but this display on the A30 is so good. I didn't think there would be a difference. I thought it would just be like, my eyes would just adjust. It'll be just like a minor thing, but it's actually a huge thing. So yeah, the S7 Edge, it's been all right for the most part. I can't complain. I don't know, battery life was alright. I don't know how people use it and why they complain, but I still would get 2 charges in a day for this phone. The A30, that's another experience for me, getting a full 40,000 milliamp battery. That's new to me, so new territory. And yeah, it lasts as long. It really lasts long for this 1080p screen. And for my S10, well, I just got it a few days. I'm still going through it, learning here and there. I love it. I love the experience, and the battery life is damn right good. Is it worth the money I spent on it? I don't regret it. I think I would regret it if I had bought an iPhone X Max. I'm not taking shade. Like I love gadgets. I love gadgets. Like, there was even a part of me that really wanted to buy an iPhone X because I really loved how it looks, even though people say, oh, the notch this, the notch that. Actually, I was just like, I like this. I liked it. Fortunately, the time I was about to buy it, already rumors had to start kicking in with the S10, and I just like told myself to wait, because I know I'm a Samsung fan, and I know getting the phone, the Samsung, I would have been way more satisfied rather than getting an iPhone, which is expensive. And the only thing most people, I think, they can brag about an iPhone is because it's expensive. It's an iPhone. Yeah, it's a fluid phone, but I don't know. I just don't feel why there's so much hype around an Apple product, an iPhone in particular. So for me, Samsung just does it. I will not lie, I love how fluid and smooth the experience is on an iPhone. That much I know. And then ecosystem, when you start talking about apps and these other things, I'm not investing so much in that. I'm good. Even apps, I don't use so many apps like games. I don't even play games on a phone. I don't think that's a good platform. I already got a handheld. I got my PSP. Still looks neat. I've had it for a while, but yeah, you get the idea. I take care of my things and protect them. So I don't see why I should be spending time playing games on my phone, unless maybe I'm in the bank or something, or just in a queue. Yeah, I'll play some Candy Crush. I'll play some Temple Run. Just that. Not like I'm a full-time game on a phone. So yeah, this wraps up the video. It's a S7 Edge. Great experience. No lie. And if someone asked me, would you get an A30 or an S7 Edge? I don't know. It kind of depends. I mean, the S7 Edge is a flagship phone, and trust me, off the bat, even if you're using the A30, or if you're from an S7 like myself, from using an S7 to an A30, the only thing I liked about the A30 was the aesthetic. The build was alright. It's plastic on the back. It was alright, but you can tell when you're holding an S7, like, okay, this is premium right now. This is solid. And aside from that, it's got all the flagship perks, the settings. It's gem-packed settings and stuff like that. And then you find that the A30, there's a lot that they dumb down because it's a mid-range phone. They don't put in so much. There's a lot that they just dumb them down, and you can just tell, like, oh, a flagship phone is just way better. So yeah, I would recommend someone to get an S7 Edge. It's a smaller display though, but if you really want just a big display and a little bit of fewer perks, like the 2019 perks, because the S7 actually runs it has a better processor. Trust me, from 2016 it's got a better processor. This is the Exynos. I would have to check again. I'm sorry on that one. Yeah, but I'm trying to wrap up the video instead of cut, then check, then yeah. But it's got a newer processor. It's got a better processor than the A30, which was released like just last month, February. So it's a mid-range phone. They can't go toe to toe. If you get a flagship phone, you know what you're getting yourself into. If you're looking more like casual and you just want a good aesthetic phone, and you don't want to feel like you're in the Twilight Zone, you want something that looks futuristic, get the A30 because it looks futuristic. And that wraps up my video. See you in my next one. I'm doing an A30 next, then I'll do the S10. Alright, I'll see y'all. Hope you enjoyed the video. Tell me if how well I did, if I should make more. Drop all the comments below. We can have a discussion from there. Thank you.